All right, we're here with David Neufeld out at the Carriage House Studios for his show, the Infinite Face.
Correct.
Well, you're the curator of all this, and I suppose the artist associated with some of the works, right?
I am the curator, and I'm tickled to be one of the artists.
Okay.
I think my lifetime of being an artist has directed me to want to gather artists together. And a year and a half ago, we got this building. I did all of the interior work to create this gallery, and now there's an amazing amount of work in it.
Tell me about this building. It's kind of tucked away here a little bit in Warren. How did you select this, and how did it seem right for an art gallery?
Well, it was actually my wife who found it on the listings, and she knew that I was looking for a studio space and a potential gallery space. So, and I've built 5 houses for my family over the course of my lifetime. So carpentry and renovation and so forth are up my alley. We looked at it. It was rough, and between the contractors who could pour the floor and my ability to create the walls and the space, and my background as an artist being in so many galleries, that I knew what I wanted here.
How long have you been in Bisbee?
In this incarnation since 2020.
Okay.
I was here in 1977 to 81.
Oh, wow.
So the return was really glorious because I still had friends here. I knew what we were getting into, and we found an old wreck of a house in Old Bisbee and spent COVID fixing it up.
So since COVID, since you've been back, how does that compare, especially the local art scene, with what it was in the late 70s, early 80s?
No comparison.
Better now or better than? Well, then it wasn't quite an artist colony yet.
It was a very vibrant scene. Mm-hmm. Whether you could define it as an art scene, you could, for sure. I mean, Robert Wick, who's a great sculptor, a number of great poets and performers, but everything was much more spontaneous then. In other words, if you wanted to have a show or a performance piece, within 2 days you could not only launch the piece, but get half the town to it.
Yeah.
Now, with the number of galleries and other things in town and the other activities that are being brought in, it needs a little more advance notice. Considerably more publicity is useful, and you have a more diverse group of people to select from. Back then, it was almost entirely the people who moved into what had been a nearly vacated mining town. Right. And we loved it. And we still love it.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about this show in particular? Maybe we'll walk around here a little bit and take a look at some of these. Who are some of the people behind these pieces?
Okay, Lorna Newton used to live here. She's in New Mexico now. She, after an entire lifetime of being in a regular job and wanting to paint, she started painting Frida Kahlo. Mm-hmm. And she did a whole series of Fridas. This is one of them. As we go along here, Dylan Morgan is a well-known portrait artist. All of these pieces are from artists who have sought to explore the people they know, the emotions that are shown in their faces or their postures, and expressing it in very interesting ways.
Yeah, what are some of these on this wall?
Okay, as an international portrait show, I brought 2 pieces by my friend Camille Ronard, who's a Czech artist living in France. We met a year ago in Saint-Remy, and I've become his representative in the United States.
Okay.
I love his work. It's a little bit like my work in the sense that he takes multiple photographs and puts them together to create a story. The other 2 over there, local artist Doug Weber and another local artist, Steve Miller, who's a collage artist. Over here, we have a friend from junior high school who's in Pittsburgh, who's a great photographer, and some of our local photographers. The 2 black and whites are from Portland, Maine, a woman who has followed the unhoused community for the last 20 years. and has documented that.
Okay.
So
So what was it like to just get all these people together behind one cohesive idea and theme? Was that a lot of legwork or a lot of emails? How do you put this group together?
that's very interesting because part of having been here now almost 5 years, I have conversations with them on the street. I can text them. I can call them up on the phone. Occasionally they'll answer. And with enough notice, this has taken 6 months to put together. With enough notice, they were really delighted to have a piece in this show, particularly because of the focused theme. It's perhaps one of the unusual things about this gallery is that we do focused theme exhibits. So people coming begin to relate to the first things they see, and that they're reinforced by the subsequent pieces to the point where they have a new vision of what a portrait can be, was really my intent. We all take portraits.
Yeah.
I'm going to take yours, you're going to take mine. But what is it really going to look like? How is it going to express who I am?
Yeah, especially in the era of selfies, it almost seems like that's a
Exactly.
good thing to examine.
Okay, well, speaking of selfies,
All right.
come on in here because that piece and these 4 pieces are part of a 30-piece series in which I've taken my cell phone. I've sat in water up to my waist in waters from Hawaii to Israel, and I've gone back in under the water and I've taken a self-portrait of myself.
Huh.
And the turbulence of the water acts as the lens and distorts me.
Cool.
And it's been a really fun project because it sort of documents the waters of the world as well as myself in those waters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you do these as well?
These are a group of works that have been included in what's known as the Spirit of the Body show.
I remember that.
And the Spirit of the Body show is coming back in April again for the 3rd year. And it's sort of been the core of my work for the last 2 years or 3 years.
So what are your thoughts on what could become of the Bisbee scene? It seems like Bisbee's going through another one of these transitions with some more, outsiders coming in with some different ideas. What do you think? Is the future bright for art in Bisbee, do you think?
I think Bisbee's always been a bright place for art. The biggest question that the artists are asking is how can we make it a place where people who consume art want to come, and with the knowledge that they're going to see great art. They're going to see it in a really interesting setting. So back to your question, I think it's up to the artists to make it what we want it to be, and that's one of the reasons why, even though this is in Warren and not in Old Bisbee district, this has been an exciting gallery for the community and for the public. Partly because they walk in past steel doors and they don't expect it to be a gallery, right? Yeah. And then secondly, there's the historic brick walls and so forth. And then the last thing is that, as I said, it's curated in a way that makes them reinforce their enjoyment as they go through the show.
Yeah. Speaking of the show, this will be open through December 6th, I think it says.
Correct.
What are you hoping people draw from this? What is the message you hope gets through to people after experiencing this?
I've thought about that a lot. I hope and think that when they go to take a portrait of their family, their friends, street photography, etc., they will look for compositions and possibilities that are a little outside the box. I've always been a proponent for how can you solve any of the problems that you want to solve. And sometimes the problem is the picture of me saying cheese is a problem for me,
right? And
maybe a problem for even the person being taken.
Yeah.
So the thing I've learned is you give people something to do, or you put them in action. And once they are in a natural setting, and they're doing something natural, like go have a drink.
Yeah.
The
candid is always better, I find, than the closed.
Totally relaxes. Yeah. It relaxes them. It puts them in an environment, in a situation that's natural.
Yeah. All right, it's good stuff. So you want to come on out here to the Carriage House Studios in Warren, on Powell Street in Warren, just behind Vista Park. Opens here. Today is November 15th. It'll run through December 6th, free of charge,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And what hours can people come by?
We're open 1 to 4 Saturdays and Sundays.
Mhm.
The exception to that is the weekend of Thanksgiving
Yeah.
is the Bisbee home tour,
Oh, okay.
and we're on the home tour. So we'll be open 10 to 4 Friday and Saturday, and 1 to 4 on Sunday on that weekend.
All right. Well, David
Yeah.
Neufeld, great stuff, great
Thanks a
work.
lot.
Everybody should come out and see it, and thank you for your time.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks.